Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy King Series, and you are welcome to my channel, Home Studio Production. Produced like a professional producer or produce commercial songs like that. Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys how I was able to master this song, the song that we already mixed in our previous video. So this is how I did master it. Please, if you are new to my channel, show me love by subscribing to the channel, liking and commenting to this video. Alright, so this kind of steps is really going to help you to also master your songs in your home studio. So there's a 6 steps that I'm going to show you guys. Your time will never be wasted, and my time too will never be wasted. First of all, for a song to be mastered and sound well or sound loud, you know, mastering comes with the loudness and adding some color to the song. Okay, so maybe you mix and you master and you sing that whenever you try to open and the song doesn't play well for you, but in your mixes you feel like it sound well. It's not about only the masters. Maybe you're having problem with your mixing way back. That's the problem that I used to. So but I try harder and continue trying and learning more, which I was able to get to this point at this period. Alright, so enough of the talking. If there is a problem in your music or a song that you think you finish mastering and you don't feel the way it sounds, you have to go back to your mixes to correct all those things, then come back to your mastering again. So these are the 6 steps that I use in mastering this kind of song that we mixed earlier on. If you haven't watched the video as I said, then please try and watch it. So first of all, let's listen to the song with everything on it. So we are just listening to some part of it, the rap and some chorus of it. Then after that, I show you the steps.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more. Any when your boss. But my coming and my cancer phone. Hina meals right there. Min coming in one. I'm a bit never do so cheap. I'm a panel talk. I'm so bien to me. Cham says let and cap a rap cap. I'm a rap woman. I'm so many. I'm my kura. Was camera. And take your can't set part to what say. You know the way to go, so many guys are mating. I don't know why they're mating. They said I be the Spider-Man on them, I come amazing. So many guys are mating. I don't know why they're mating. They said I be the Spider-Man on them, I come amazing. Killing the flow, killing the flow, killing the beat, killing them all, killing them all, killing them all, killing the flow, killing the flow, killing the beat, killing them all, killing them all, killing them all. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me, yeah. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me. Now.
Alright, so that's the song. It has been mastered here. So let me show you the steps and how I was able to come about this. So first of all, I just send the track to this. Then I move to the master track. So if I mute everything here, you're supposed to start from beginning. So I start with saturation. Some kind of a little bit of noise. You see some distortion on my track. So
Boss with sauce, Kenny.
Without the saturation, this is how it goes.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and force. Check your losses.
And with the saturation.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more. Any.
So what I did is I just moved to this and moved to a preset here, mastering. Then I chose mastering clean and what open. Then after that I just lowered this noise. I just moved it to the off. So I didn't want too much noise on it or anything, so I just brought it down to the off session. When I listen to it like that, I feel the way it sounds.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more. Any when your boss.
Okay, so that's what I did. I just put this saturation on it. It's from waves, so you get waves, then meaning you can get this kind of saturation on it. Alright, so I just then selected that mastering preset, the clean and open. Then I just moved the noise to off. I just switch it off. Alright, so after that I did compress it. I compressed it because I just wanted the thing to be tight. It shouldn't be opening, widen, and like this thing is playing. It is supposed to be compact. You get it, but not too much of it. So what you need to understand over here, this compressor is, you have to make sure that when you look at your meter here, your dB compression over here, this thing shouldn't play more than or above what 4. It should be within this range from 0 to what 4 dB, from 0 to 4 dB, by using this threshold to get that kind of level, so that your song will be compact, like it will be tight for you and heavy. Are you getting it? So let me do with and without the compressor.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your
With it,
boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more, any when your boss. Better my pocket and mechanism.
so I just used the threshold around 12.8 so that I could get within this range. Other than that, if I lower it, it will be around here. So try as much as possible. Try as much as possible to get your bar here playing around 0 to 4, so that your song will be tight. Make sure it doesn't go beyond 4. Okay. Alright, so that's the only thing I did for the compressor. After that, I EQ'd some part of it. I EQ'd the high ends a little bit and the low ends also a little bit using this EQ. You can use any EQ to obtain, but I love to use this kind of EQ because it gives me what I feel like I want. Yes. So I will do with and without. So I just boosted this low ends around 2, and I this attenuate. I also boosted that part, and make sure I set my low frequency to 60 hertz. I set it to 60 hertz. Then if you come to this side too, I just set this to 12. When you just put this EQ on it, what you are going to get, this wouldn't be here, it will be around 50 hertz, but I just set it off. The means I just set it off because when I set it off, how I was feeling, I wanted to feel the song, I was getting it that way, so I set it to what off. I just set it off. Then I moved to the highs, so I boost it around 3.1. Then I boost the attenuation also around 3. So I will do with and without the EQ so that I get to understand what I'm doing over here.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more.
So let's listen with it.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more, any when your boss. Better my pocket and mechanism for him. I mean, so I dare mean coming in one. I'm a bit never to switch. I'm a planet because I'm so being to me.
So I guess you can hear the difference now. You see that when I bring I turn the EQ on, it brings me more highs, like the presence. I feel the presence of the vocals and I mean the beat, right? But without the EQ, it's like it's down or something, yeah. So the EQ helps me to get those kind of presence sounds. Then after that, I put multi-band compressor and then the C4 multi-band compressor, which I love to use it more times. So that one too, I selected a preset. This preset multi auto mastering. Then I just adjust this side. I just try to find the right amount, and I mean the threshold, I tweak it a bit. Sorry, I tweak the threshold a bit. Then make sure this side I also shaping it a bit to fit the level that I was looking for. So without the multi-band compressor, this is
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more, any when
with it.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more, any when your boss. Better my pocket and mechanism for him. I mean, so I dare mean coming in one. I'm a bit never to switch. I'm a planet because I'm so being to me. Jam set slit and cap, rap cap, I'm a rap woman.
So you could hear the difference now, right? Alright, so if you are not listening in a good headphone or studio monitor, then probably I don't use studio monitors. So more times when I'm mixing and mastering, I'm supposed to use my ears and do some kind of references to get what I really want. So you can also do that if you are not having, but if you're having, you are lucky to get what you really want, because studio monitors probably supposed to give you the right and correct sound. Alright, so then I wanted the song to be stereo, so I put this S1 imager stereo. You can use stereo shaper or you can use like any stereo imager on it so that you could get what you really want. But I use S1 imager from Waves, so with and without it, and I just tweaked the weight size was 1.23. That's the only thing I did on it. So without it, this is how it sounds.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy
with it.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more. Any when your boss. Better my pocket and I'm a cancer for him. I mean, so I dear mean, coming in one. I'm a bit in a bedroom so cheap. I'm a panel because I'm so being to me. Some set slit and cap, a rap cap. I'm a rap woman. I'm a so many. I'm my crowd. Was camera and take your can't set part to what say.
You could feel that without the stereo shaper, it becomes like it's really in the middle. Although it sounds good and great, but I wanted it to be wide a little bit, so that's the reason why I put the imager on it, to get a stereo feel of it, right? Alright, so after this, then I'm supposed to make it loud after coloring it a bit, putting some kind of things to make the song nice and stuff. I have to make it loud too for streaming purposes. Alright, so I put this L2 stereo limiter on it from Waves. We are just using Waves plugins, right? From Waves. Then what I did was I just make sure my out ceiling was -1. Then I just tweak this point to a point where I think my song is not distorting, because if I really move down a bit, I'm going to get a distorted track. So I didn't want it to distort.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy.
So without it.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more. Any when your boss. Better my pocket and I'm a cancer for him.
If you go down and you think you are distorting, then you have to back up a little bit to the top. And after everything, you compare your songs to the commercial ones, and you think your song is really down, their own is really, I mean, you know what I mean, like really louder than yours. You're supposed to check your mixing, the way your drums are hitting. You're supposed to check them, because those are the things that makes the song very great, heavy, and I mean tight and loud. So if your drums are not hitting really well over there, then you're supposed to go and make sure that your mixes for your beat is really hitting very well, so that you come back here, you may just make some right changes to it, or you just color it a little bit. When you put your limiter on it to just boost it, you are going to get the right thing. So you're supposed to check all those things. So that was the steps. These are my 6 steps that I did in mastering this kind of song.
Boss with sauce, Kenny and Boom and Force. Check your losses. Well, Lucy more. Any when your boss. Better my pocket and I'm a cancer.
So I thank you all for watching. It's your boy. Please make sure you subscribe to support your boy. Let's listen to the last, then we sign out. I'm out.
Some phone here, I'm right there. Mean communion, I'm a bit in a bedroom so cheap. I'm a panel talk, I'm so being to me. Some set slit and cap, a rap cap, I'm a rap woman. I'm a so many, I'm my crowd. Was camera and take your can't set part to what say. You know the best you go. So many guys are mating, I don't know why they're mating. They said I be the Spider-Man on them, I come amazing. So many guys are mating, I don't know why they're mating. They said I be the Spider-Man on them, I come amazing. Killing the flow, killing the flow, killing the beat, killing them all, killing them all, killing them all, killing the flow, killing the flow, killing the beat, killing them all, killing them all, killing them all. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me, yeah. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me. Nobody do like me, nobody do like me. Now, real me, Prince Lion, feel like OG. 2 months when I drop off, all these rappers be like, do you know me? The weak line with the weak bass.